And now, it's time for the week that was, featuring Coach Marc Montoya of Factory X.
Welcome back to Factory X. This is the week that was. Obviously, we're coming off of UFC 239, which was a hell of an explosive card, especially when you look at the main card. You've got Thiago Santos and Jon Jones. You've got Askren and Masvidal. That was super interesting. And we have the UFC Sacramento card coming up this week. Our very own Jonathan Martinez. I'm going to butcher his opponent's name, but I believe it's Ping Yang Liu. I think that's how you say it. They are fighting this weekend in Sacramento, so I'll be making my way out to Sacramento on Thursday to go join Jonathan and our team, finish cutting weight, and then making weight on Friday, and obviously fighting Saturday evening. So looking forward to that. So let's start last week. We had Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm fighting. Super interesting matchup. We talked about this last week, their strengths, weaknesses. Obviously Nunes catches Holly Holm in mid-air with her lead leg in mid-air, looking to either chop the front leg or oblique kick. One of the two things were going through Holly's mind. She sat in the gray area, which is never the area you want to sit in, and unfortunately caught some of her own medicine, which is that high kick. And Nunes puts it right on the button, is super accurate with what she does, and you know, she's still sitting there. She's probably the best female mixed martial artist we've seen to date. Obviously, she's proven in the cage that she is. And the question is now is, who the heck do you have fight Nunes now? I mean, this weekend we have an interesting fight with Jermaine Randaman and Aspen Ladd. I don't know. Are those contenders that she ends up fighting? I'm not sure, but I think the biggest question right now, and probably the biggest obstacle the UFC has right now, is who the hell do they put up against Amanda Nunes? That's the big question. I guess we'll wait and see. All right, let's shift gears to George Masvidal versus Ben Askren. I don't even know what the hell to say. And you've seen this happen before in fights where a fighter will sprint across the cage and look to attack some type of technique, whether it's a switch knee or a teep or what have you. I mean, you've seen it happen before, but sheesh, we haven't seen it happen in that short period of time. Obviously, Masvidal sets the UFC record with the fastest KO ever in history. I know they said it was 5 seconds, but it was probably 2 or 3. I think that point's been driven home, but man, Askren obviously goes into what he's most comfortable with, which is, hey, guy's charging me, I'm gonna level change and take him down. That's what was going through his head. He doesn't sidestep or angle out or nothing, even measure out with his hand to stop the pursuit from Masvidal, and Masvidal finishes with one of the most brutal KOs we've seen in a long time. So what's next for Askren? I guess that's the question, is what's next? Where does he go? I mean, he was fighting Robbie. He's getting beat when he's fighting Robbie. Of course, controversial finish in the Askren, Robbie Lawler fight. Then he goes against Masvidal, gets knocked out the fastest time ever. Hey, the biggest thing with Askren is he can sell a fight. So where do they put him next? I don't know, that's a good question. We've got 2 big questions right now from that last card. All right, so covering the main event, you've got Jon Jones, arguably one of the best mixed martial artists to ever walk the planet. I don't know if you can argue about that anymore. I mean, this guy has faced everyone and beat them and frustrated them and made them play into his game. Obviously, he fought Thiago Santos, who's an amazing opponent. We've had the opportunity to fight him. Anthony Smith fought him at 85. Obviously, we lost that fight. He comes in here well prepared and looks to attack Jon Jones like everyone has, including us here at Factory X and when Anthony Smith fought Jon Jones. But you see the same exact thing happen over and over again with every opponent that stepped foot in the cage with Jon Jones. Jon Jones makes them fight his fight, puts them in his range, gives them all of his different looks. I mean, think about this. If Jon hits one of those spinning back elbows that he threw, that he missed, hits one of those, it's game over. The 2 elbows he did hit stunned Santos and almost put him out completely. And neither one of those were spinning back elbows. Those were elbows on pursuit or when he was pursuing in on the cage. The thing that happened that Jon's been so amazing at is he fought at his range and consistently stalked Santos in the cage and put Santos on the sponsors, meaning his back was against the cage. Anytime you do that with Jon, he's on his timing and he's gonna throw oblique kicks, teeps, kicks, and you know, Santos went out there and kicked back, which is his game. And where he put Jon in a little bit of fear there was when they would get into a quick scuffle where they'd be close, and you saw Thiago throw in heat and trying to get Jon, catch him with one of those. He wasn't able to do that on his end, and Jon was able to just dictate pace. I don't agree with the score of 48-47 Thiago, but Thiago really did a good job in that fight. I do think that Jon won that like the judges ruled for him. So, hey, what's next? I think what's next for Jon Jones is a rematch with Anthony Smith. You can say I'm being a homer when I'm saying that, but think about it. Anthony Smith worked his way all the way up to the title fight. Of course, we lost in a 5-round decision. And then he went out, Anthony Smith went out and beat one of the best light heavyweights ever in Gus and finished him. Jan looked really good against Rockhold, of course, but I think we sit in that title contention next to go fight Jon. Jon obviously banged up a little bit. Anthony coming off hand surgery. I don't know, we'll see. Thiago's gonna be out a minute. We've heard about all of his knee, his complete knee is blown. So, you know, he's gonna be out about a year, unfortunately for him. You know, speedy recovery to you, Thiago. You know, we'd love to see you back in that octagon soon. But I think the next fight to be had is to give the Jones-Anthony Smith rematch. And we look forward to that opportunity. Hopefully we can make that happen. Let's do that, UFC, Dana White, Mick, let's do that. All right, so my parting and thought tonight is gonna be this. Social media is a huge thing that we have in our culture. Absolutely is a huge vehicle when it comes to MMA. But let me ask you this question. Why do you read the comments, right? I always say don't read the comments, because back in the day I used to read the comments and it would hurt my feelings. Because there's only 1 or 2 of them that are really mean, but 90%, 98% of them are probably really good. But man, you focus on that 2%, what does that do for your day? I say don't read the comments. If you're posting stuff to go back and read the comment because you want that, man, that's a slippery slope. Let me read a few comments to you that have been said to me over the years, and maybe I can convince you of why not to read those comments. Coach, why are your athletes so slow? Has your athlete ever stepped foot on the mat before? You and your athlete should literally kill yourself. That was a good one. That was a good one. We appreciate and love you too. Why are you wearing flip-flops in the cage? This was pre-Reebok, when we could wear what we wanted. I would get this question every week. Why are you wearing flip-flops? I don't know, because they're easy. Why do you care? You don't deserve hair. Hey, that's a good one. You don't deserve hair? That's funny. Okay. How do you get through airport security, terrorists? Come on, man, that's hurtful. And then, obviously, I've read some comments, okay? I wouldn't have those as a footnote to give to you. But listen, don't post stuff for the reaction of the comments, because I'm telling you, you're gonna write them down like I did. They're gonna hurt your feelings. Some of them are funny, like I don't deserve hair. That's funny, okay? But I'm telling you, reading the comments, that's a slippery slope. Why do you care? Just the people that love you, love them, and the stuff you put out because it's from you being genuine or you showing gratitude. And hey man, if that's what you're doing, or you're trying to be positive, if that's what you're doing, that's amazing. I'm just telling you, it's a slippery slope when you read the comments. So think about that. Let me know. What do you guys think? Do I deserve hair? I think I do. Signing off from Factory X. If you liked the week that was, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love your feedback, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a blessed day.